I'm changing the name of the program today. Instead of Meet the Stars, Meet the Superstars. I'd like you to meet Marta and Neil DuPree. They are in the 1% in the United States in the hierarchy of IRR real estate. Right now they have $36 million in volume this year, and they've done over 100 transactions. Marta?
That's amazing.
Tell us, yeah, it's amazing. Thinking how hard you've worked to do that.
Yeah.
How did you start out? I know you were a school teacher.
Yes.
Originally.
Yeah. Originally I was a school teacher back in 1977, and at the end of that year I was told that I was going to be having to depart from Pembroke Pines Middle School, and I needed to find a new career. So what I did was I went to a Kai's career night. And
I vaguely remember that.
And you actually were speaking there. And there was Jane Carver, I mean, some just amazing associates, and they told us how we could make $1,000 a month. So if you can imagine, in one transaction, and that's how much I was making in a month. And I thought, wow, this could be interesting. And Neil, my husband, was building at the time, so I said,
you were one of the major builders in Coral Springs, weren't you?
We built Coral Springs, Weston, Parkland, Broward County.
Why did you decide to switch careers?
It was more a family decision in the sense that we were both working full time and at our jobs, so having my own company as well, and then her working full time real estate, we really had no family life. So in 1996, made a decision to merge and create one single business. And the beauty of the real estate business is you don't have all the liabilities that you have in the construction.
Oh yeah, that's true. Right. But speaking on the same lines that you were just talking about as far as family is concerned, doing that much business and as much as you do in a year, how do you find time for yourselves? I mean,
it's still a little challenging,
yeah.
But the benefits of having a team. If we didn't have a team, we would not be able to do that.
Right.
So what we did in 2001 or 2002, we actually purchased a condo on Hillsborough Mile, and so that's like our savior. So we can go there. Like tonight, we'll go there on a Friday night, and then we'll come back on a Sunday. And if we have to work during the week, or the weekend, we can always go. It's only a 20-minute drive back to Parkland or wherever our job brings us. Yeah. And we do have a computer and all that. So
you mentioned your team. Can you tell us a little bit about how you created the team and how you delegate your work?
Well, we've grown it over time, and currently we have 5 salaried staff. We have 2 listings managers. We have a full-time marketing person, and then we have 2 closing coordinators. And by having the staff, that's really what's allowed us to have somewhat of a life on the weekends. So.
Who was a part of your team?
Well, we have Annie, who's been with us over 15 years, and she's our listings manager. So she works Tuesday to Saturday, and this also helps us, have some time off on the weekend. And then we have Nada, who comes in on Sunday through Thursday, and she's also a listings manager. And Nada is now taking more we're doing a lot more REO work, so she's doing a lot of that work. And then we have 2 closing coordinators, and that's Jill and Angela, and they work Monday through Friday. And then we hired a full-time graphic designer, marketing director, and her name is Amber, and she's just amazing to get all our marketing material out. And then we have...
I know you've got some tremendous marketing material.
Yes, yeah, and 5 buyer specialists, to help us out, because we do get a lot of ads and calls.
A lot of leads from the ads.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned 2 of them are listing coordinators?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Do they service your listings?
Yes, they do. They're the ones that will, when we take a listing, I will actually take the listing, or Neil will take the listing, and we're the ones that will actually enter it in the MLS. But then from that point forward, she'll organize the files, set up the appointments, keep the feedback with the sellers, because they need to have the feedback. And
that
they
takes a tremendous amount of time.
Right.
Yes, right.
And we're now into over 50 websites. So then you can get, one of the nice things with having listings managers, they can actually do the reports and they can send that to the sellers, which is nice. Like Realtor.com will provide reports, and our MLS prospecting. So now our sellers can see, people always said, well, how many open houses are you going to do? Well, your house is opened every single day of the week with Realtor.com. So now you're going to see you had 300 people that just came in through this website. So that's what our staff helps us out with.
Tell us the name of your website. Go ahead.
We have www.dupreeteam.com and floridahomecenter.com, and they both go to one site. And then we have Florida Homes Best Buys, which is another website, which is more general.
Together?
The Florida Homes, they do link together. Absolutely, they do.
So if somebody goes on one, they can get to the others in time.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Do you have any idea how much volume you've done?
Total in the
Yeah,
career? I know it's a little over 800 million, but I'm not sure the
I
exact
think that
number.
Approaching $1 billion in life.
I would, yes.
Yeah, we're
We
getting
are.
close.
It's been a
When you
Yeah.
first started out, do you remember making, and when you started out, Neil, also, do you remember making mistakes that you look back on and kind of laugh and think, how stupid was that?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, every business and every venture is something you grow with, and as time goes on, your ability to handle issues, ability to even as simply as negotiating contracts and so forth improves dramatically over time.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Do you remember anything back that part?
Oh, yeah, I do. And a lot of times we bought software programs, never utilized them or used them to their best, use. And so there's been a lot of mistakes. But, the best thing to do is to learn from those mistakes and improve by
Well,
it.
when you and I both, I mean, I wasn't in much longer than you have, but when we came in, there was no computers, there was no,
Oh.
I mean, everything was in an house book, the public records were all in paper format, and I mean, it was ridiculous. I know technology is a major part of your business. What do you do with the technology? I mean, are you on the cutting edge of it as far as new programs coming out?
Yes.
You get those all the time?
We pretty well use a contact management system that we've used for years. It's becoming a little bit antiquated at this point, but for us to transfer all that data into a new program would be extremely difficult due to the quantity of contacts and so forth that are in it. But we integrate Microsoft Office programs along with Agent Office is the contact management system that we use. And so everything that we do is on a central server of ours, and then that way we can all get into access the data at any time. We also are remotely connected from home so that we have access no matter where we're at.
Do you remember when we went on the cruise and we had the town hall meeting?
Oh,
And you
yes.
do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
I distinctly remember somebody asking you a question, and the question was, how many people do you have in your database? And your answer at that time was 17,000, or you said you weren't sure, but the last time you checked it was over 17,000. How many are there now?
There's probably over 20,000, but we're
It's
trying to...
actually closer to about
Oh,
28,000.
yeah, he was
27. The numbers guy.
So-
Then when that person asked you the question, you answered 17,000. I asked you a question, and I said, how often do you contact these people? And I will never, ever forget your answer. You said every person in our database is touched at least once a month.
Yeah.
They see a sign, they see my moving van. I'll never forget that. That's incredible. It really is.
And we've had, now there's programs like we use Home Actions newsletter, so anybody that has an email address is going to get a email from us twice a month. And it's been very, very productive for us because it's an automated newsletter, and we can add what we want to add to it as well. So we're always able to add statistics, and matter of fact, yesterday it went out Tuesday, 2 days ago, Wednesday, it went out, and I must have gotten 7 emails thanking me for the information that I provided them. I mean, it's really amazing, and it's people that have bought in the last year, and some of them have been 10 years ago. I mean, it's quite amazing.
I remember when you had the I think it was a 4th of July party for Parkland. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
You said that generated a lot of business.
Right,
as well.
right, yeah.
And you said people talked about it for years after that.
Yes. Oh, no.
Let me ask you one last question. If you could give new associates advice as to I know you mentioned things that you did wrong and that you would have corrected, but what would you think would be the most important single thing that you could tell them that would help them in their career?
For me, what really got me to this point is education, consistency in farming. To me, that was probably the most thing. Most people will do a postcard out once a month for 3 months, and then they quit. And I always remember, from I think day one when they said McDonald's does it on a daily basis, multiple times a day. So how many times, it's not that people don't know McDonald's, but so the same with us, you have to be in their faces all the time.
And I think following up with your existing clients or your past clients is extremely important. We generate probably 50% of our business based on past clients. And so it's very, very important to stay in touch with those past clients.
Once they come into your sphere of influence, they're never allowed to escape.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Marta, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so
so
much. I
much.
really appreciate it. Thank you.